So as I said, that history, if you see many case studies, people who invented a technology and people who sold the application of that technology, and if you compare the net worth after 10 years or after 20 years, at any point in time after the technology was sold, you'll find that the people who sold the technology ended up creating more wealth for the companies that they were heading or for themselves or for both than the people who actually invented the technology. Therefore, it's absolutely important to understand what are the skills behind selling, personal selling. And since this course is all about international marketing, I say that marketing which does not sell is very ineffective. So you have to always question yourself, is your marketing selling? The difference between marketing and selling, therefore, has to be also understood. Marketing is all about creating the excitement about a technology or a product. Okay? You create the excitement in the mind of the end user that he is really excited to look at that technology or product. He is willing to try that product. Now you try to do everything through your ad campaigns, through your targeting, segmenting, and positioning. Because when you have a product, first thing, as you know, in our lectures, we said there are the 6 questions, 5 W's and 1 H. Do you remember? What were they? We start with why. Why the product? When we try to answer the question, why the product, that means we list down what are the solutions that this product is trying to give to the end consumer, what problems it is solving. So as you start listing the problems, you have to make sure you list the problems in the sequence of most important first, then lesser important, lesser important. And if your product is providing solution to those problems, then you have to be evaluating yourself vis-a-vis the competition. Is your product the best solution provider as compared to the competitor for a given set of problems? And you have to have, therefore, what we did as in the last few lectures was the 3C analysis. If you look at your notes, we said you have your consumer needs on one side, you list down the consumer needs, then you list down the competitor offerings, what the competition is offering for the same consumer needs. So the consumer has a problem, competition is already delivering some solutions, and then you identify how you can be better than the offerings of the competitor, because unless you are better than the competition, your product is not going to sell. So I must tell you that it is a myth. And there were times when people used to say that, if you can sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo, then you are a great salesman. Gone are the days. Now the whole concept about selling has changed, and selling has really become a very different kind of skill that is needed. And it's coming in the soft skills, which most uh, colleges don't teach. And I'm very glad that this is part of your course curriculum, right? So selling is therefore very important. And the first basic principle is that you cannot sell and you should not sell a bad product. You should not. You can. But what happens if you sell a bad product? Can anyone tell me? Let's make it interactive.
So it will backfire.
It'll backfire.
100% will backfire.
Because business is all about going back to the consumer.
Yeah.
Right? Remember always that it's not one-time sale that you are looking at. If you're looking at one-time sale, yes, you can do selling of a bad product and you can get out, you can make your money. There are many people who have done that, are doing that also today. But what happens in those cases is, quote unquote, there is something called post-purchase remorse. And you must have all experienced this, that you go out shopping and somebody is really trying hard to sell a product. It happens with insurance policies. It happens with a lot of investment, plans that people come and try and sell you. When you make a lot of money and then you find that all these companies who are managing wealth, they'll come and say, oh, sir, this is a great product that our company has launched. And if you invest this, we are targeting a return of maybe 15%, 20%, 25%. And then you end up getting into you get sucked into their sale talk. And then you end up putting maybe 1 CR, 2 CR. Happens with most of the people who have their wealth created. And then they'll tell you, sir, 5-year lock-in period is there. You put in for 5 years and you'll get your money doubled. And then you start tracking the progress. And from first year to second year, when you go, you see that maybe 10% reduction has taken place. Your 1 CR has become 90 lakhs. Then in the third year, it will become 85 lakhs. So you see the erosion of your capital instead of all those promises. And then what happens? What will happen in this case?
The trust is lost.
The trust is lost.
Completely lost.
Will you ever buy a second product from this wealth manager?
No, never.
Answer is no. Now, why I've taken this example is because this is hard hitting. This talks about money straight away, right? Now, I am sure that you have gone to malls and there have been people trying to sell something or the other. It could be a soap, or it could be a skincare product, or it could be a beauty cosmetic product, or it could be maybe anything, and you end up getting excited because the marketing is so powerful that you get excited, and then you end up buying a product which you actually come back home and that I really bought it because I just got it. Was a spur of the moment decision. Actually, I didn't need it, right? And now what happens is the product is either lying in your cupboard and every day it is looking at you and you are looking at it, and you try to use it, and then you found that, okay, it's just an okay product. I don't really. A lot of products, particularly in the electronic space, that came. Okay, so there were MP3 players, and then before that there were those messengers. Then when mobile phones came, so people really compiled a lot of inventory, and then sometimes you don't really need it. Shoes, it can happen, So what happens is that the post-purchase remorse that kicks in, right? It can happen with the real estate also. It can happen with the cars. It can happen with any commodity. Now, when the post-purchase remorse kicks in, that's when you cannot go back to the same salesman or the company or the brand. You will never. In fact, the more you come and exchange your views about that brand or that shop or whoever, you will have only negative things to say. And more so, if your experience with the product or service is negative of the type that I told about in the wealth management space, here your capital was eroding, and instead of having the gratification of the product consumption, what you have is a remorse, right? Then what happens? You start talking also about it to everyone. And the secret I give you is that one satisfied customer will talk to not more than 3 people about the product. But one dissatisfied customer will definitely talk to more than 10 people. So word of mouth, you see, it does it's a disaster to the brand image of the company. And now almost all successful brands have realized this. So the process of selling itself, okay, after the marketing, first of all, the products do not go to market. If you look at the world's biggest brands, and I love take example of cosmetics here, right? If you see the top brands like L'Oreal, you take P&G's, any brands, or Unilever's, any brands, or you take Shiseido, the amount of research they do before they even put the product out for marketing. If they are talking about that your skin is going to be looking younger, then I can tell you they would have at least put in 10 years of R&D work on the ingredients needed, then finding out all the toxicity parameters, etc., finding out any allergies that product, that ingredient can create. A lot of investment, millions of dollars goes behind trying out the formulation ingredients and finding out the most successful uh, ingredients that will deliver the brand promise. If you're trying to say it's a skin brightening cream, or if you're trying to say that this is a cream which is going to reduce the bags under the eyes, then at least 10 years of research would have gone in on different skin types before the product is put into the market. There would have been a lot of clinical studies they would have compiled, they would have seen how much it is really benefiting. So before selling, what comes is the real successful product design. That is the first step. Why? Because that's what you can sell, and that's what you should sell, and that's what all the big brands do. And I'm going to teach you all that the big brands that go on to become billion-dollar brands and global brands, they do. So first step, successful product design. Second is, now you have, as I said, 5 problems you are solving. Then you are going to position your product based on the gap that you see between the competitor offering and the consumer needs. So say there is a product which is not in the market, for example, making the skin younger, look younger. That product is not. Now your product can deliver this, and your product can also give skin brightening, and your product can also maybe reduce the marks on the skin. Now these are the 3 solutions you are providing, but when you do the 3C analysis, you find that there is a bigger gap in the area which is making the skin look younger. And you have designed the formulation which is very effective, and you have clinical data to back it up. And that's when now we will look at positioning, right? We will look at positioning your product based on this particular solution. And then you will say that, okay, in addition to this, it also does this, right? Now comes the selling part. So now let's create a vision of you standing in the mall where a small area is given to you, and you are part of, let's say, a big brand, which is a global brand, and you're trying to sell this product. Now tell me, what is important? What is different? Now, marketing is done successfully. Product design has been done successfully. Now the situation is person to person, right? Now this is a consumer product I am taking. I will take industrial product also, right? Now tell me, what is important? How will you approach a person who's walking into the store is not looking for your product, right? How would you approach that? Because now is a situation of personal selling. I want you to be that person. I want you to imagine me being that person who's walking into the store, and you're looking at me and you're excited about the product, right? Because that's another thing that you have to do as a salesperson. You cannot sell a product which you are not excited about. First thing, product design. Product has to be right. Product has to be successful. Third thing, you have to be excited about. Your sales people have to be excited about what they are selling. This is the secret mantra. If the person who's selling is not excited, he will never be able to pass on that excitement. Because what is marketing? I said it is all about creating the excitement. So what is selling?
Experiencing the excitement.
It is infecting the other person with your excitement. It's very much like COVID. Okay, you got COVID, now you're passing on to the person you're meeting. That is selling. Now you got to understand that if I am excited about, and you have all done this job of selling. As a child, you have done that. When you wanted the 10 rupees from your mother for your, lunch break in school, you sold yourself. So there is a successful salesperson in all of us. It is just that what has happened over the years that we have really made the selling look very complicated. Actually, it is not complicated. The first thing that you want to do is get that excitement in you, or get that excitement in your sales team. That's why before these brands, there are lots of investment done in the salespeople. They will let them try the product for free. Okay, when you consume the product yourself and you are excited about it. Now, example you can see is go into the car showroom, and I'll recommend you walk into a BMW or a Mercedes or any Toyota, all these big brands showrooms, and talk to the salesperson, because all the salespeople, they are given these cars for test riding. All the features are explained to them. They are made to feel the excitement about those features. Okay, and then starts the process of selling. Now, first we have to therefore define selling in today's terms. As I said, the earlier definition was, if you can sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo, you are a successful salesperson. But over the years, because we don't want the post-sale remorse to take place, because we know that every year we want 10%, 15%, 20% growth of sales, because that's how people who are working for us, they also want growth, isn't it? They cannot get growth if the company doesn't grow. If the company grows, only then their, let's say, yearly salaries, they can grow. More people can join the organization. Therefore, sales growth is something that every big brand or global brand targets for. And how can you get sales growth on a continuous basis? What is the secret? Can anyone tell me?
Cycle enhance.
Huh?
Product life cycle को बढ़ाएंगे.
Product life cycle.
Life cycle will increase the
prolong
product life
the
cycle.
product. So you have to make sure that your growth phase of the product is going. So sales, what you did sales last month and what you did sales this month has to grow. Now, in order to capture the growth on a continuous basis, tell me what activities you need to focus on.
More visibility of the product. It should be more
visibility of the product, better distribution of the product.
Yes.
But after that, what? Come relevant to the topic of discussion for today's lecture. What are we discussing? What is the topic of discussion today?
Personal selling.
Personal selling. So the answer I'm looking for is in that area.
Word of mouth should be there.
Why? Why word of mouth should be there?
Because the customer buys it, and once he experiences it, he will share. He has to experience the.
He'll say. And then what will happen? He will. So one satisfied customer you create, then he will become word of mouth. He will share it with 3 more people, And then out of those three people, hopefully, one more will buy.
Buy.
So what is the secret of success of ever-growing sale? Anyone? What is the secret of success for ever-growing sale for any product? What activity you need to focus on?
So that the product is good. It's fulfilling the needs of the customer.
Yes.
Which is why he will, tell other people about it.
So product is good already given.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Your marketing is successful is given. In selling, what is the sales activity that you need to focus on?
Reaching the maximum
Reaching the
distributors.
maximum people, and then they don't buy it again. Then this is what I'm saying. You have to understand. It's a basic common sense. What is it?
So explaining the features of the product.
All that you've done successfully. I'm talking about in selling. What is the activity that you need to focus on? Anyone can give me an activity. Because if you focus on the right activity, results you will get that
So
you want.
Identifying fragmenting the customer area, segmenting the customers.
Okay.
Targeting the certain customers who are interested in our product.
And then what?
Then these people will definitely buy.
Then these people will definitely buy.
Right.
And then what you have to ensure? After they buy. After they buy, what you have to ensure?
After the service, after post sale, I'll be in contact with them to maintain a good.
Okay, let's make it product specific. Okay? You launched a shampoo.
Okay.
Okay. The reach is very big. You have made the first sale.
Okay.
Now what in selling, what you have to ensure? One thing you said was word of mouth.
Yes.
The word of mouth will happen when?
The product is really good.
When the brand promise is delivered. Hello.
Yes.
Whatever you are saying about the product, when that brand promise is delivered. If that brand promise is not delivered, will they buy again?
Never.
Will they talk about it?
No. They go they give bad information. Negative advertising.
Therefore, your positioning of the product is very important. Right? So whatever you are selling during this pre-sale talk to the consumer, you focus on the most important brand promise, which immediately is delivered when the product is consumed or service is consumed. If that doesn't get delivered, the word of mouth is not going to happen.
Got it.
So you have to focus on selection of the brand promise, which gives immediate gratification. So immediate gratification happens, the word of mouth happens. When the word of mouth happens, more people come and try the product, right? And therefore, then the activity that you have to focus on is right positioning, immediate gratification, delivery of brand promise. And if the promise is delivered better than the competition, you have to be better than the competition. Because there are comparisons always. Someone was using somebody's product. That is a fact. So in the sales activity, therefore, you have to ensure that what you are talking about the product, the features of the product, the most powerful feature that help you deliver the brand promise are talked about in a very strong way, right? And that is a powerful position. So your positioning of the product and the talking about that during the sales talk is very, very important. And when the customer feels the gratification of the brand promise being delivered, only and only then he becomes a repeat customer. So your sales objective is that you want once a customer, always a customer. Once a customer, he becomes a referral for others. He gets you other customers. He's proud to say that he is consuming your product. He's proud to say that he's gotten the best experience, the consumption experience. Therefore, in sales, we focus on most successful brands, focus on the consumer experience. So this is very visible when you go to the five-star hotels who are doing successful and roaring business. Any restaurant which is doing a successful and roaring business, you will go and see, they will come and ask you, sir, how was the service? I am just coming out of the Reliance Hospital, Reliance Foundation Hospital. I was there for 2 nights I spent already. And you know, in a hospital, in the morning, they come and ask, sir, how was your dinner? You ordered aloo paratha yesterday. How was aloo paratha? And I said it was lousy. He said, what was not right? This is all happening in a hospital, top hospital, brand Reliance. I gave the feedback. And he noted down my feedback. And he said, should I send you another one right now? It's happening in a hospital. Hello? I said, no, this is not time to eat. Okay, give us another chance. Can I send you one tonight? I'm very sorry for your experience yesterday. Give me another chance, I will make it right. So sorry is not just sorry. They want to make it right. Sorry plus how I can make it right. You see the consumer experience, the process of selling. I can tell you, I would recommend this hospital to anyone because it's not just a hospital, it's one of the best hotels. No second person allowed. They're very strict on discipline. And everyone comes to you smiling. Call them 10 times. They will come to you smiling. If you are in pain, last night I did not sleep so much, because my wife went through knee surgery and it was a hell of a lot of pain first night. So they actually cut your bones. But the doctors, the nurses, the staff that's coming for cleaning, the staff that's trained for food, you see how they are all trained. So in selling, no matter which product you are selling, there's a lot of focus should come on training. And then everyone, which is the consumer connect point, anybody who's connecting with the consumer has to be trained in focusing on consumer experience, focusing on saying sorry with a right attitude and saying how I can make it right. Mistakes happen. But how you make it right after saying sorry, that is a big focus on making sure that your personal selling, that gets you a customer who's going to be a repeat customer. And that repeat customer will have a word of mouth. And that word of mouth will get more customers. So if I'm growing my customer base in such a way that once a customer, always a customer, once a customer who gets me 3 more customers, do you think I'm going to get continuous growth in my business? Hello? Are you guys there or gone to sleep?
Sir?
Are you going to, isn't it? You're going to get continuous growth of business.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, it's a very simple thing that I have said, but 8 out of 10 people fail on this. and they have best qualified people working for them. But 8 out of 10 people, they fail in selling. And that's the reason 1% of the world's population holds 80% of the wealth in their hands. Hello? If we have 7.5 billion, 7.6 billion people, it's only those 760,000 people maybe that are holding 80% of the world's wealth. And they are all super successful salespeople. So the selling objective, therefore, now is not selling refrigerators to Eskimos. Selling objective is helping the customer understand his own needs and then helping him find the best solution for his needs. Now I'll come back to example of Mercedes, BMWs, and these companies. If you walk in there and say, hey, I'm looking for fuel consumption, salesperson will very nicely tell you, sir, the Toyota showroom is just 1.5 kilometers away. Actually, what you need is not our brand. What you need is this brand and we'll be happy. But so far, our brand has not launched a product which is more fuel efficient than Toyota. You have a family of 4. You want to do outstation trips. You are looking for something like Toyota Crista, which is an SUV. And Toyota Crista, we know, is giving around 11.5 kilometer to a liter. Whereas Mercedes, our model, GLS, etc., whatever is comparable, it gives 6.5. But yes, we have power. Our concentration is acceleration and power. And our focus is on safety and, of course, the brand image. If your first priority is fuel consumption, then we would recommend you go there. But if you're not looking for fuel consumption, if you are looking for a status, right, that's primarily what we are. If you are looking for safety, if you are looking for a long life vehicle. In fact, I met a guy from Mercedes showroom. He proved to me that if I buy a Mercedes, I don't have to change the vehicle for the next 25 years. He said that's how robust our products are. It will require maintenance, but even if you inject additional money in the maintenance, and he had a chart to prove this. So he had taken all the realistic figures on maintenance with inflation built in. And he said that you buy this Mercedes, the top, there was a S-Class model, etc. And then he said, okay, now you tell me what you want to compare it with. It's actually not comparable with anyone else, but he said that, okay, we'll take Toyota Camry. And he proved to me that in 25 years, I will need maybe 5 Toyota Camrys to get the same experience and then still not have the status symbol. Because you have to be replacing them every 5 years. And he said, 5 Toyota Camrys, and here is my Mercedes. You have to just buy once. And his figure work, etc., everything. It's perfect. So, showing the value of the product and the showing value of your service, and then telling that your product is price worthy, not expensive. That is also an art in selling that you have to have. And that requires some working on financials, etc. And yes. Okay. So now these are the logical things that I talked about. Now I'll come to the soft skills part in personal selling. What are the soft skills part? Coming back to the example of me walking into a showroom, you selling that maybe anti-aging cream. This is the case. You tell me what are the soft skills part that you need to deploy in personal selling in this situation?
So firstly, communication. That's very important.
Before communication, Shia, there is something else. Now we are person to person, okay? You are a salesperson. You are having that bottle, beautiful looking bottle in your hand. It is anti-aging, and you see me with my white hair, and you see me with my skin, and I'm walking in. So what's the first?
So smiling and greeting.
You see, now this is where we come into the soft skills part, right? The body language.
Yes.
Body language is extremely important. You, Shreya, have to look excited because you have to look enthusiastic about the product. And enthusiasm and excitement is in the eyes, right? And suppose you have had a very bad day. Before you walked out of your home, you forgot your purse, you forgot your mobile, you came out, you were already late, you went back to pick it up, you became more late, and then the three-wheeler that you took to come to office, that got into some accident, and then you had to change. You people have a bad day. And then by the time you reached your showroom, you're fully perspiring. The beautiful makeup you put in, it all got washed because of. Then you had to go to do, and then the first thing, your manager fired you. These are all the lives of salespeople. He fired you left and right. So already you were having a bad day. Now you take 5 minutes, you go to the washroom, you take permission to do that. Now you have to become ready for the show. Now suppose you come and you are holding the cream bottle in your hand and you're looking so morose about the day you've had. Do you think you'll be able to make sale? What's the answer? Yeah?
So can you repeat?
Repeat what?
So the question.
Which part? Which part? Question part or the day that you have had?
Question, sir.
Question.
Yes.
I said you had this kind of terrible day.
Yes, sir.
Right? And you go to the washroom and you put up your makeup again and you come and you are now in your position to sell. Now, what is the most difficult challenge now for you?
Controlling your emotions.
Controlling your emotions about the kind of day you have had.
Yes, sir.
We all, how many times we have this kind of day? Many times.
Yes, sir.
Right? So in personal selling situation, you have to be a great actor. Very great actor. You may have had a lousy day. You may have come out of a situation which has been terrible. A very bad news. Your dog dying. You just heard, but now you can't go. You are in this situation. You cannot show your real emotions on your face. That's where selling, personal selling becomes very challenging. And I've been personally into those situations where there were meetings to go to. And you know what? The secret is that nobody wants to do business with a depressed person or a person who's having lots of problems. Nobody wants to do business with that person. It's an absolute no-no. In fact, recently we had a meeting in Hyderabad, and there was this guy in our restaurant. The guy was so depressed. He was always looking depressed. Getting into problems in doing service, etc. You will find, you go walk into a restaurant and you will see that there are people who are very cheerful. They'll come and say, and particularly in the hotel industry, this is very, very visible. And then there are people whom, looking at them, you know that they are having a bad day. And some of them have every day as a bad day because that's how they face it. Smile is difficult to get. There are a lot of people who don't smile. You know them in your class also. I'm not talking about this class, but your so many school and college classes, right? Now, these people will eventually have a very big difficulty selling. We are actually born sales. We are selling our idea sometimes. We are selling, most of the time, we are selling our idea. We are selling something or the other. But particularly when you have a bad day, you have to make sure that you get that damn smile on first. Now, what is the art of getting a smile on? Suppose you have a meeting, and this has happened to me. You have a very critical meeting with that customer you've been wanting to meet for 3 years, and the customer has given you appointment. Your appointment is at 11, and at 10:45 you got a very bad news. And that news brought tears to your eyes. Could be any news. This happened with me. Walking into a meeting, which was the most important meeting from the personal selling point of view. Meeting the customer, which was my dream customer. And I was depressed, but I didn't have more than 10 minutes to prepare myself. How do you do it? Can you walk into a meeting looking depressed? The first person, mom, the lousiest question people ask is, how are you? And you should never ask that question when you are meeting your customer. How are you? Because most of the people are very sad in life. The moment you ask them, how are you? All their life's problems will come to their mind. And the moment you excite them about their negative issues in life, they are in a very negative mode of thinking. Your sale is not going to happen. Now, these are some techniques I'm giving you. So what do? You don't ask, how are you? What do you do instead? Is Angie there? Angie, are you there? Hello?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
very much here.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there's something that you do which I personally like. When you meet a person, when you meet a person, you don't ask, how are you?
Yeah, I just say yeah, glad to meet you here. Let me tell you something about the interesting product, etc. That's how usually I done.
This is one more
So-
thing you say.
Oh, do you tell me?
No, this girl, she's so good at telling, oh, you're looking so beautiful today.
No,
Oh,
that
you are
depending
looking
on
so handsome today. I go to Vietnam, and the first thing, I'm meeting this person for the first time. Okay. And she's obviously met him or her many times earlier, and she's introducing me to her. She never asked, how are you? She's never asked. This is one thing I've observed about her. First thing she'll tell people is, oh, you're looking so handsome. You're looking so beautiful today. Now, even if he has had a bad day or bad something, the moment you compliment someone so positively, what happens? What happens to that person? Shia?
So the person
Madhuri?
is now happy and excited and
Yeah, because
in a
who
better
doesn't like
mood.
who doesn't like to be heard that,
Yes.
oh, he's looking so beautiful or handsome today?
Mhm.
So, what in personal selling the technique is that you pull out the person. You assume that he's having a very shitty day. He's morose, he's depressed, he's had a bad fight with his whoever partner. Okay. About to be divorced. Bloody hell. Life is not treating him or her well. Assume that and go into the meeting. But what if you yourself are having that day? Then there is a secret which I want to share with you. Okay. We all have many files here in our hard disk. I want you all to memorize any one incident from your life which brings an immediate smile on your face. I'm sure you have that incident. Some very funny incident. Now, I tell you, I'll give you an example. In my life, I've been practicing these selling techniques, right? I have gone through training programs. I have read a lot of books. I conduct training programs on personal selling. And I train all my MBA school graduates on personal selling. I've done that to some of the consumer goods companies. I've done some workshops for them. I'm giving you an example. You know, when you are having a bad day. Now, in my case, I remember when I was studying at JBIMS, Jamnalar Bajaj, when I was doing my MBA, I used to have a colleague, another friend. Now, he was always short of money. You have friends like that, right? So, we used to be all fond of going for movies together. Now, when the interval happens in the movie, this guy would be the first one to run away where nobody knows. Okay. Now we will go out. So like I was always the generous ones. So I'll buy samosa. So we have 4 of us. I'll buy samosa for everyone. I'll buy maybe thumbs up or something, right? So like how we do. Now those days, there were no these OTT platforms. So movies was the way, you know, we had to go out to watch movies. This guy's name, let's put him Ramesh Kumar. Now this guy, our actual agreement was that if I have bought in this movie, next movie he will buy. And if you have 4 of us, then somebody else's turn. Whenever his turn was there, no, we would be sitting and this guy would go. And he would nowhere be found during interval. And he would come back empty-handed. And we used to know that this guy is not going to buy. Again, somebody else. So basically the turn used to go between, we have 4 of us in the group. The turn used to be between the 3 of us. Now, one day I decided that I'm not going to leave this guy. I made him sit next to me. So I said, Ramesh, today is your turn. Okay, you're not going away anymore. No, I'm going to buy this. The movie started, the interval happened. And before he knew the interval is happening, he got up. And he got up and I got up and he saw me getting up. Now he started running. And he, in the excitement to get away from me, he entered the ladies' toilet. And I saw him entering the ladies' toilet. And then I was standing outside. And then there were 2 ladies who came running after him and he came out and said, sorry. And then he was out. I said, look, don't avoid me now. Let's go buy some samosas. It was such a funny incident that, you know, there are some professionals who don't like to spend money, right? So they're always piling on people. Now this incident, I have a video recording here. And I have several such many incidents like that. Okay. I have incidents with my dog. I have incidents with, you know, a lot of incidents which are funny incidents. I've recorded them carefully and I use them before getting into an important meeting. And that's how life is. Life is never going to be fair. Things are going to happen, and, you know. So that's what I say in personal selling. People want to see cheerful people, first of all. Right? They don't want to see people who are having a bad time. And if people ask you, how are you? You should show your excitement. You should not say, even if you're having a bad day, you don't say, oh my God, you know, India lost finals yesterday. Damn it. You always say, oh, Australia played so well, you know. I was excited. Of course, I was Disappointed India lost, but no, it was an amazing game. See, you have to ignite people with your positivity. In any situation, you look for something to appreciate. What people appreciate about you is not looks in selling. If you have looks, if you have great body, fantastic. But what people are looking for is a wonderful smile. So today onwards, promise me one thing. Stand in front of the mirror, close the door, no one around you, and smile. And find out what is the right amount of smile that makes your face look beautiful. Click your pictures. 10-degree smile, 20-degree smile, 30-degree smile, 60-degree smile, 80-degree smile. And then you will discover 80-degree looks horrible. Okay? For some, it looks very good. Do some self-planning for smile. So, when you're talking about body language, first thing is eye contact before smile. Eye contact is extremely important. When you are talking to the person, and today we are in digital world, the biggest mistake we all do is the phones. Your phones are your biggest enemy. Because no sale is going to happen till the connect is established. Right? When the connect is established, only then enthusiasm gets transferred. If you are selling, you are enthusiastic about the product. Your excitement has to transfer to the customer. And the only way it will transfer is through your smile and through your eyes. So, your smile should connect with the eyes. Say eye-to-eye smile. Right? Your excitement should show in your body language. When you're holding the product, it's not the product, it's your most lovable thing that you are holding. Whoever is that. And that's the emotions your face should show. Some of the best car salesmen I have gone, they'll touch the car like this. Oh, look at this beauty. This is going to be yours. Like that. You treat your product that you're selling, or service that you're selling. And we have so many elated, satisfied customers who tell us about their experiences. Now you see the emotions are showing on your face. When you're talking about consumer experiences, when you're trying to make a sale to one person who's a potential buyer, you talk about the experiences of other and you show it on your face. That's where, as I say, the salesman has to be an actor. He may be having a very bad day, but he'll be. Ask him to switch a smile, switch a smile. Okay? Now, in personal selling, is this clear? Eye contact. Eye contact, I say, should be an energetic eye contact. It should not be an eye contact in which it's just a cursory eye contact. And remember, eye contact with the same sex and eye contact with an opposite sex has to be very different. Right? With the opposite sex, you cannot have a very intimidating eye contact. You know what is intimidating, right? So if I'm looking at, let's say the purchasing manager, she's a lady, I cannot be looking at her eyes with so much of that it looks like that I am really, really trying to pierce her with my eyes. It has to be an eye contact when I'm looking at her, when I'm talking to her, a nice eye contact, and then I looked at somebody else and then I come back to her again. So it cannot be so much energy I'm putting in that I make someone feel uncomfortable. So energetic eye contact, and then smile should not come before your eyes have connected. It's very important part of your body language. When you enter a room or when you're meeting the person, say this is the same situation, you're holding the cream, you're meeting me. You're not meeting me with a smile first and then the eye contact. That looks stupid. The eye contact should come first and then the smile. Then that smile is meant for you. Otherwise, I'm smiling at the world generally. It looks very stupid. Doesn't create the connect. Connect gets created only when the eyes connect first, and then the smile happens. And then I'm holding the product in a way that I'm really treating it in a very fragile way. Oh my God, this is the best thing. I'm holding my heart in my palm. And then you talk about the product with all the excitement. Yes, sir. I have something special for you. You don't say that, sir, your skin is so. That's why the product. Right? So I have a great product, and so many of my customers have given us feedback, and I want the same kind of feedback from you. I think you would love it. And this is a test test. I'd like you to try it and experience, and then give your sales talk after your eye contact, smile, getting the attention. Third is the handshake. Eye contact, smile, handshake. And in handshake, you would have experienced. Some people, you just feel the fingers. That person is most unreliable. Never rely on a person who doesn't give you a palm. This is the body language. This is what I learned in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And I'm an NLP expert. I'm an NLP graduate myself. I'm a Silva graduate too. Okay. Now these are things that they don't, no MBA school also teaches these techniques. You have to learn. You have to do private training programs, etc. And you have to understand whether the person is saying truth or lie in selling. And when it comes to industrial marketing, when you're bidding for tenders and your customer tells you, oh, your price is very high. Now, when he says very high, he's looking into your eye and saying that, or whether he's looking at the fan and saying that. Different meaning. You know, when people talk with their looking at your eye, 95% is the truth. When he says, oh, I got $6.5, he looks up and says, it's not true. When he says, you know, the lowest price I have is $6.5, and that's in your eye, and he's not trying to look away, that is the truth. And if he's saying, you know, I have a 6.5, he's fidgeting with his height, or his legs are shaking, it's not the truth. So in these kind of meetings, you have to have this understanding of what the customer is saying, to what extent. Because if you are able to say the tender is of 1 million pieces, and if you underprice yourself by 10 cents, you're $1 lakh down. So in personal selling situations, these techniques matter a lot. Body language, matters a lot. The quality of connect with your buyer, if that is high, the buyer will have very less eagerness to cheat you. He say, "Nahi yaar, I don't want to. This guy is good. I want to do business with him." So he will also make an effort to do business with you. He'll help you create the right package of offering for him. The most important thing that is you have to start with is eye contact, smile, a handshake, which is a palm handshake. And if the handshake is with the opposite sex, please don't press. It has to be a very delicate palm, touching the palm, the warmth, the moment you see, and leave it. I see most Indians messing up when they are shaking hands with the ladies. And that's where, if it's a lady who has the power, you have spoiled your chances of doing business. Ladies love the way they get treated. So it's an opportunity actually. In most of the time when I've had lady customers, my success rate is very high. Men, for some reason, it's average, right? Because they tend to look for other benefits. So is this understood? Any questions so far? I want you to have questions. Make notes. The recording of this lecture also I'll make it available. Now, how much time do we have? Now 35 minutes, right? Or 40 minutes. So, what else is important? I talked about body language. Now I'll tell you, the first 30 seconds are the most important in a person-to-person selling situation. It could be consumer marketing of the example that I have taken, first 30 seconds. Or it could be in industrial marketing that you've gone to present your company's case. Why is that?
So because that is the time when person forms opinion, like in
Absolutely.
the initial 30 seconds.
Most people will give you very high quality of listening time in the first 30 seconds. And in 30 seconds, they will make an opinion of whether you are worth the next 30 seconds. And in the next 30 seconds, they'll make opinion whether you're worth the next 30 seconds. 1.5 minutes, they have decided whether you are in or out. So I call it the killer sale dynamics. If you want to be that killer salesperson, the first 30 seconds are most important. And in that 30 seconds, what you should do, take 2 minutes, write down. I want you all to now tell me on the chat. If these 30 seconds are do or die seconds, I call them do or die seconds. What you should do and what you should not do. Everyone there? Madhuri,
Yes, sir.
Sujit, Vivek?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, has anyone written anything? See, so since we are on recording, let's let your ideas start coming in because I don't want a very blank recording. Yes, Shreya. Raise your hand and say, should do. Greet the customer. What is? Can you come up and say?
Yes, sir. So firstly, greet the customer with a pleasant eye contact and smile, as we just discussed. Then I said introduce yourself and then introduce the brand a little, not much, because I don't think customers are very deeply interested in the brand, a little bit, but then the product.
Okay. Anyone else? Thank you, Shreya. You think this will succeed?
So you're asking me or others?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Sir, yeah.
How can we make it better?
Sir, I'm thinking, I was writing and then I'm still thinking.
Think.
Yes.
I want you to make it better. Okay.
Okay.
Sujit? Vivek? Are you guys there? Just unmute. Everyone, please unmute. Thank you. Madhuri, unmute. I think Madhuri is doing some experiments simultaneously. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So,
Sir, I
please
want to
answer.
create whenever a customer, he should shock with the interaction, by seeing the product or the way I'm interacting.
See. Good. Good. See is something that is going to be very, if you have something to show, it's excellent. Okay? Because 95% impact is through the eyes, not through the ears. So one of the Guru mantras for first 30 seconds is, do you have anything to show? Okay? Because in the first 30 seconds, what is the challenge you have? In the selling situation, what is the challenge that you face in the first 30 seconds? You got to understand that.
To
Anyone?
grab the attention of the customer.
To grab the attention of the customer. And how will the attention come in, Shreya?
If we talk them through about the brand.
Many ways. Many ways. By talking about the product, attention will not come because they say this is another salesperson. No. And I say no, 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 no. Don't talk about the product.
By complimenting them.
One way,
Yeah.
compliment their company.
Okay.
Read about what the company is doing. Read about the challenges that the company is trying to face. Okay? Or is facing and trying to do what they want to do. And the moment you talk about them, you'll grab their attention. This is in industrial marketing. The moment you say, so I was looking forward to meeting you. I have read this about you. That you are looking for taking your company to such and such. And I have something which can be of interest to you. You see, you are integrating something with that person's goal. And that requires pre-planning, pre-preparation. You must, whichever is the company you're going in to meet, first find out about everything about the country in which that company is located. You should have something to talk about the country. Not in the first 30 seconds, but definitely during the discussions. You must have something about what that company is trying to do. Right? What is the company vision for the next 3 years, 5 years? There on most websites. Websites about the companies give a lot of information. Look at what products the company is manufacturing. Try to see what are the challenges in manufacturing that product. And if you have a raw material for any of the products, you should say, sir, I know that you have 35% market share, but then that company there has 50% market share. And the reason is because of this. And I think if I give you this product, this can help you make your product become better. You will grab such attention that he'll say, okay, when are we meeting? In 30 seconds. I'll give you the blank card which I play. I just say in industrial, B2B marketing. We synthesize chemicals. I like to know which chemicals you're finding difficult to synthesize from India, develop a supply chain. I don't say you're buying this, I want to give you this. I know what he's buying and I know what I also want to sell. Actually, I've gone for that, but I don't say that. I say, which of the products you're not getting from India, finding difficult, we'll synthesize molecules. If you have interesting projects, we can discuss. And every company on this planet that is growing has products that they are looking at. So what you do, you start with your R&D. And then you give them some successes in the R&D. Now, once you have given them some molecules which only you are giving, then talk for lunches and dinners. And now I'll come to lunches and dinners. Okay. And if you find that the project is of such big interest for them that even when you're talking, you can ask for lunch, dinner. Because businesses happen at lunches and dinner. And then coming back to my question, when I'm asking you in 30 seconds, what is the biggest challenge? The first challenge that you have is building credibility. And when you building credibility, it's not what you say, it's what you show. Right? So if I'm going to be talking about a company that I know is one of the leading companies and is working on new molecules development, etc., and I want to give him 3 molecules which I have ready, and he's buying already from India, and that's my basic interest. But I go to them not for those 3 molecules. In first 30 seconds, I want to grab their attention. And I want to build my credibility. So what I do, I say, okay, here are the company we are looking for. And last, I give them some charts, something that their eyes can love. And so many molecules we have given in last so many years. So you create a bar chart or something in which new molecules done. I don't do it these days, but this is how I built my business. Because today we are known, Kempro is known as a brand for developing new molecules in the world, Japan, Korea, wherever. We get inquiries because most of the people now find out and they come to us. But today also, if I have to go to new company, and do again the dogs and pony show from ground zero, this is what I'll do. I'll have 2-3 papers with me. This is ISO certification. This is this certification. This is this as one small receipt. Just first 30 seconds you go over it, and we have now 26 customers regularly buying new custom synthesis molecules from us. We are working on 36 new products as of now, giving numbers, showing them. And then next page, this is what our customers talk about. So I take some feedback from my customers in writing. Okay, so you ask them questions. In which way we can create a questionnaire for the customers. Just 3-4 questions. We want your feedback. How satisfied are you with our service on point 1 to 10? How satisfied are you with our new molecule synthesis capabilities? 3, which are the areas of improvement? 4, just tabulate these 3-4 figures, create some good pie chart, bar chart. Click few pictures with the customers. Take their permission that we are going to put up on the website. And I used to do it. I stopped doing it because people start finding my customers. So I just say that, can I use it in my personal meetings? And I do. When it's needed, I do use a lot of pictures in my personal meetings to build credibility. And that has to be done in the first few seconds. And after that, people start looking at you as a potential partner. So credibility building is the first challenge in personal selling. Second, references. Referenceability. Credibility, referenceability. These are the people who are my business partners already. So many countries, so many customers, throw in few names. Sure. And I already said your certifications, etc., that you are holding, ISO, right? 3 things you have to show. References aa gaya. Fourth is scalability. There should be enough room in your manufacturing capacity to cater to a new customer. You should never say that, oh, we are 110% capacity utilization. Where is the room for me? You should always go and say, okay, we just put up a new plant. Right now we are doing 40%. We are getting every month new this thing. I just have a partner who put up acetonitrile plant. They're launching the product. I'm launching them in Japan and Korea. Right? So I'm going there and I'm telling 2 presentations I've already made. 1 to Japanese, 1 to Koreans. And I told them this is the capacity, and now we have so much capacity. This is a mark for you. When I came to Taiwan people said, oh, our application is petrochemical. Petrochemicals, your 30 tons per day is not big enough. I said, fine. We will look at pharma applications. Pharma applications said, yes, we have looked good. So the third challenge after credibility, after referenceability, is scalability. The customer should have the comfort that you will be able to deliver on time. Fourth challenge is sustainability. Once a customer, always a customer. We are not going to lose you. So you have to tell people that none of my partners have stopped doing business with me in the last so many years. People then get comfort levels. And it's a fact that in Japan, people love doing business with family businesses, and they love to see that the second generation is also coming in, so that their second generation, our second generation, they hold hand and they do business. That's the Japanese thought process. Koreans are the same, right? So sustainability also must be addressed. All these 4 things to be addressed in 90 minutes, preferably 60 minutes. 30 seconds, credibility and referenceability. With positive body language, and you should be able to create an amazing quality of emotional connect. And that gets created not when you talk about your product. That gets created when you talk about the country, the company, the person that you're talking to. Country comes later. First is the company. Talk about how much you know about their company, how much you know about their practices, how much you know, how many people have actually progressed working with them, and how much you are hungry to become part of their supply chain, and how important it is for you to accomplish this milestone. Make them feel wanted. And all this should happen in the third set of 30 seconds. Right? The first 30 seconds, next 30 seconds, last 30 seconds. First 30 seconds, credibility building, referenceability, body language, which is eye connect, smile, handshake. Next 30 seconds, scalability, sustainability. In last 30 seconds, we talk about the excitement part. We're talking about now that how good it will be for both the companies to collaborate together for mutually beneficial gains, right? And how, if you can, in the last 30 seconds, also tell them what are your unique selling propositions which your competitors don't have. So in my case, we do ready inventory, we do credit for the customers, and I talk about it. I say, use my product, then make the payment. So you don't have any anxiety. Because this is another concept of personal selling. So after the 1.5 minute sales challenges, I'm coming to uncover the needs of your consumer. And needs are two types. I think in one of my lectures, I did tell you about this. Do you remember? If you don't, just say no, so that I don't waste time waiting for your answer. Do you remember when we talked about needs of the consumer? Do you remember? No means no. Say no. Don't stay. Just
So we
unmute your.
studied, so we
Huh?
studied, but I don't remember clearly. But yes, we studied about it.
Yes. So this is what is actually the most critical part we are coming to in the personal selling. One needs are the professional needs in any sales situation. What are the professional needs? Quality, price, delivery, packaging, payment terms, mode of transport. This, in any sales situation, these are the professional needs of the consumer. What are the personal needs? Anyone? What are the personal needs? Are there any personal needs? Let's say in B2B situation, you're going to sell something to Unilever and their purchasing head is there. Now you know that your product is amazing, you know that the product will perform, you know the price is great, you know the delivery time is great, you know the packaging is great, you've given 30 days credit also. Still, business is not happening. And I'll tell you, 9 out of 10 people faced with this challenge. They don't know why the business is not happening. आपके जैसे PhD डॉक्टर लोग जाके करके आते, हम पर बिजनेस नहीं होता. This is where personal selling becomes important. Why the business is not happening? Because you not address the personal needs. And what are those personal needs? Sujit. Hello. We'll just kill the time not talking about it. If you don't know, say don't know. Just tell us. Anyone? Are you there? Unmute yourselves.
Sir, how to treat the customer, which is very important. This
Yeah,
comes
so-
in personal
So
need.
what is the personal need in this situation of the customer? Consumer has personal need other than the professional needs. Professional needs, I said, price theek hona chahiye, the right price, the right quality, the right payment terms, the right delivery schedule. These are all professional needs. And all your competitors will be able to give you. Hello. You know that? In any personal selling situation, you will have customers and you will have competitors. And in all the situations, whatever price you are giving, whatever quality you are giving, whatever packaging you are giving, whatever payment terms you are giving, your delivery schedules, your competitor will match exactly. Now what?
So building relationship.
Which will happen later.
Okay.
Only after he's bought from you. I'm saying he's not buying. So now you have to make him buy. And that is because there are certain personal needs that are not addressed yet. What are they? What do you think? Because unless you think, the mind will not come in the reactive mode. My job is to make your mind become reactive molecule, so that the bonding happens immediately tomorrow in any situation. Vivek ji, aap ho?
Yes, sir. I'm.
Any possible answer to this? I had given you one story of my career also.
So is that the story where you pick up and drop your clients? You
No.
provide that service also.
Yeah, that is also
Is
a
that
personal need.
also somehow related?
That happens after the business has started, but
Okay.
so you create a USP there that people
Yes.
enjoy doing business with you. So you take them, like for Vietnam business. Angie is here. She knows what all we do. She takes care of these customers. They bring them here, the seafood. They want to eat crab. She will take them out shopping. She'll do so many things that the customers, they just love her. They just love her. So it's just then the most important buyer, his wife coming, his children coming. She takes care of them like family. Okay, so it's very important, because that the quality of connect that you have with the customer. He wants to do business with you. Today business may not be happening, but tomorrow it will happen. But that happens. So that's a USP that you're trying to create. But I'm talking about this meeting has happened where you're all, everything has been okay, but business is not started. And then you come back and you're waiting that tomorrow business will start, and tomorrow you come to know that your competitor has taken away the business. So where have you failed? And this happens 99 out of 100 times. You are so confident, oh, I have matched the price, quality, my sample is approved, everything is okay. But still, your competitor has taken away the order. Same price. What has gone wrong? This is where I want you to become wealth creators. Okay, if you can answer this question, then you will be a Steve Jobs. Okay, I'll repeat my story. You remember I had talked to you about the customer in Bangkok? When I started my business, there was this big customer in Bangkok. He set up a factory. The guy was from Taiwan, and he set up a dyes manufacturing factory. And I was selling dye intermediates to Taiwan, to the same company that he came out from as a director and set up his factory in Thailand. I'll not name the companies, but I was selling big time to his parent company in Taiwan. Not a parent company, but his ex-company in Taiwan. And he came and set up equally big manufacturing factory. And referenceability I already had. Credibility I already had, because I was selling in his ex-company. And I was very confident that starting business with this guy in Thailand, who worked for the other company in Taiwan for 20 years, would be a cakewalk for me. And I had just so confident that I was really taking it that, oh, it's going to happen, but it was not happening. There was his secretary called Isabel. And those days we used to not have internet, so I was sending faxes. And every time I go there, she would not give me a appointment. Boss is not available. If I say I'm coming on 6th to 9th June, she'll say 6th to 9th June, boss is away. If I say I'm coming on 8th October, oh, 8th October, he's at the factory. If I say I'm coming on 11th December, oh, 11th December, he's got a delegation from abroad. So, and every time, and these were the actual dates of my trips, I would go to Bangkok and I would get a regret. One day I decided I'm going to go and meet her. So then I went there. There used to be so many customers I used to have, and then after finishing my meeting at 5 o'clock, everybody, I said, this girl, whenever I used to see on the fax, whenever she's sending fax at 7:30 p.m., 6:30 p.m., it comes on there, right? I know that this girl's working late. So I said, it's going to be a cold call anyway. Let me go in late evening and I'll just see. I'll meet her. So I took a gift for her. Nice Indian pashmina shawl. And I went, and so she was sitting. She knew I have come now finally. Now obviously she had to be nice to me. So she said, oh, Mr. Sahil, you come? I never gave you any appointment. I said, yeah, but I've come to see you. I just happened to be in this area, so I just discovered you were just nearby. I just took a chance. I said, we've been talking for 3-4 times on the fax and phone. Let me see you. So I just came to say hello to you. So how are you? I thought you can also meet me, and this is my catalog, etc. So the 30 minutes, everything that I told you, I did all that. So certificate I have, this is the people, these are the guys, this is the company in Taiwan, these are the products I'm giving to them, these are the products you are also buying from another competitor, and I can tell you that I can give you credit. They were buying on credit 90 days. I said, I'll give you 120 days. Is it? Yes. Matched everything. I gave the prices also. To all the products that they were buying, I gave the prices, which were better than my competitor. I knew, because my same set of suppliers, manufacturers who were supplying to my competitor, and the competitor never used to make their payments on time. They wanted to do business with me. They said, sir, आपको हम 15 रुपया कम देंगे, 20 रुपया कम देंगे, because आपका payment time पे आता है. But we want you to do this business. And I was their front-end salesperson, and I was failing. A good 1 year, 1.5 years. And then one final day, after, so then even in the face-to-face meeting, actually, boss is not there, boss cannot meet, he's got people with him, all those things kept coming. I never give up so easily. I kept knocking. Every time I would go, so when I was taking the gift, I gave the gift. This I brought for you. No, just take away. So why? What happened? This is an Indian tradition. No, just take away. Boss is going to get very angry. In our company, it's a policy. We don't take any gifts from any suppliers. And she meant what she said. And I could see the sternness in her voice. So I immediately picked up. I said, sorry. And then, वापस आया, I was again disappointed. Man, no gifts, nothing. Personal. I was trying to address the personal needs. No gifts. Now what? Then I was thinking what to do next. I said, let me now get into, to learn how women think. I read a couple of books, right? And then read a couple of more books on selling. And that's when I learned this art of addressing the personal needs. And personal needs, and I discovered, are also not just financial, they're psychological also. If a woman has changed her hairstyle, and you not notice, damn it, she's going to write off her life. If she's wearing a certain lipstick and it's looking good on her, and if you compliment, you have an immediate connect. But that was getting into a little risky zone. I didn't want to get there. You know, Isabel was very beautiful, actually very beautiful girl. And you know, I could not compliment that, oh, you're looking so beautiful, you know, or you're, because men, those kind of things, you have to be very, 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 you give those compliments only once you have comfort level with the lady. Don't give those compliments first time. So that was not an option. So I said, what, how else to do it? So this time I planned, I said, I'm going to give her a compliment on how hard she's working. And I knew that she's at office till 8:30. I went to her at 7:30 in the evening. And that time, the entire staff has gone, etc. The Chaukidar would take me to her. I'd just give my card to Chaukidar. So I just had that relationship where she would not say no to meeting me. And when I went there, I said, oh, Isabel, I thought today I'm not going to be lucky because I'm coming in so late. You work so hard. And Isabel was typing. Those days there was typewriters, right? So she was typing and looking down. And then she looks up. You mean what you said? I said, yeah, I mean what you said. You have to tell that to my boss. I said, that's what I'll do, but make me meet him. And then she was all over. Oh, you know, I've been working for this company for so many years. We have done so much turnover. This is blah, blah, blah. All her complaint, everything from her started coming out. And I was a great listener. Now, this is where I'm going to give you an art of creative listening. When the customer is talking about her emotions or his emotions, then whatever emotions that person is talking about must show on your face. Okay? And that's what I'm very good at that. Trained. If people talk about, oh, they're very, very sad, etc. Customers. So in most Indians, they don't even listen. You know, I've been part of delegations. And there was one customer, I just asked, because I knew his mother is sick. So there were 6 other people from the industry with me. So I asked Tony, how's your mother? And Tony said in his American accent, oh, you know, she just passed away. And this guy next to me, I don't know what he heard. He said, oh, that's good. I said, shit, I just kicked him hard under the table. I said, he's saying his mother passed away. What is good about it? He said, yeah, I thought she's out of the hospital. Bad listening. And then I reacted with a depressed face. That must have been hard. But was it peaceful? Was it this? And you try to, you know, comfort the person. Very important. So when Isabel started talking about her hardships, I was like, oh my God, that's so hard for you and that's so this thing for you. And she told me that my boyfriend is in Malaysia. He's been calling me for 1.5 months. I have not been able to go and meet him. And of course, that brought my genuine sadness, you know, I know. But that was a day, I tell you, when I promised her that when I meet her boss, I'm going to talk about that his company exists because of hard work done by Isabel, because the kind of prices she's demanding from the customers. I said, you are the most tough negotiator. He said, will you tell it to my boss? I said, yes, I'll tell. Now you get me appointment. After that, she got me appointment at the next trip. And this is the fact I'm talking about, addressing the personal need. What was the personal need I addressed? Hello? Are you guys bored?
Sir, emotional needs.
Emotional. She wanted appreciation. Her boss was not giving it. And she wanted someone else to tell her boss that I need a bloody raise. I need to be treated better in my company. And that's all that happened. Sujit, you can mute yourself. That's all that happened in the meeting. And thereafter, in 2 years, my company became the #1 supplier to this company. Because when I met the boss, now my USPs, the same 30 plus 30 plus 30 seconds I played up. But thereafter, when I said that I will start synthesizing new molecules for your R&D, then he picked up the pen and he started writing all those rings and all that. And then I started writing the rings. And then we started making the molecule. And coming back 7 days, I was sending him samples. And when I started doing that, then I started. Next time, oh, we will meet for lunch. Meet for lunch? Sure. So you are Indian, you must be vegetarian. I said, no. I'll eat everything that you. Should we go for Indian food? I said, no, we'll go for Thai food. Now, this is where people fail. When you are talking about food, and if you are a vegetarian, please, for God's sake, don't show it on a face and body language. It's a disaster. Enjoy the food that your customer enjoys. You are not going to the meeting to eat. You are going to the meeting to gratify the customer. And it happens through food also. You are not there to eat. You are there to create a connect with the customer. So you're not going to say anything that the customer likes, and you are not going to say that, okay, I'm not going to eat. Right? So that's a very, very important thing in cross-cultural selling, at least, because in cross-cultural selling, the languages are different, body language is important, non-verbal communication is important, and food and drinks are most important. So when I go to China, in China, they will order so much food. They'll keep on serving in your plate. Now, I don't eat snake meat. Frog legs I recently ate, but they are delicate. They're very nice. But I did not have courage to eat them. Till recently, Angie made me eat, actually. But the thing is that they say, no, the way to the other person's heart is through the stomach. It is actually right. In Japan, I eat with Japanese the way Japanese eat. In Taiwan, I eat like the Taiwanese people. In Korea, I eat like Korean people. I'm not talking about America and continental and Russia. They are very easy. Right? But your body language should be really appreciative of the food that your customer is taking you out for. And your customer, when he asks you to choose the food, never choose Indian. Because Indian food in foreign countries sucks. And customer doesn't like it, but he'll take you there. He's not going to enjoy it. So it is your job to take him into an ambience which is going to create your connect. That's a big need in personal selling. It to create a high quality connect. Okay. Any questions so far? Should we end the session? You guys are bored. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Did you like the session? Or
Yes,
did
sir.
you feel bored? Did
Not
you
at
think
all.
it's
It was not
okay?
boring.
Madhuri? I hope I could teach you something which is not there in the books. Right? So I'm going to stop the video recording.